Welcome back. So I just want to do some real quick. That was redundant. Anyway, let's see what's popping. What's going on? Don't know if these are upside down or not, but I guess we're gonna find out right now. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be done in just a second. But this is kind of too many. And this is upside down. Okay. I just want one more. Because apparently this is already too much. Okay, that's my one more. All right. Spirit of the ethers. Spirit of the ether, because it's singular. It's on the bottom of the deck. The Fool. Has something to do with it. So, I'm using the book again today because I feel like it. Let's see what it has to do with anything, huh? It's an idea, a thought, sensitivity, the flesh, eternal life, spirituality, initiative, folly, which is a mistake or foolishness. Okay. Let's go from there. See what's popping. These three fell out first. So let's see what's going on, huh? And then these two. We wrapped it up with this one. And then these two and this. And this one fell here. So I'm going to leave that there and just go from here. All right, here we go. These three cards. We got Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Lord of the root of the powers of earth. Three of Cups upright. Lord of abundance. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Lord of flame and lightning. They're on top of each other. The Three of Cups is in the middle. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that somebody's earthly power it's a wrap. And the Lord of the flame and lightning, that's energy as well. That's power. And it's in reverse. But I'm going to get the real card, like the real, like this is just me doing the intuitive. Three of Cups is in the middle. So in between someone losing, there is a celebration going on, abundance. So in between someone losing, there's gain. Some people are gaining. A lot too. 'Cause there's a lot of water here. It's just pouring. That's interesting. And it's the Knight of Wands in reverse is like it's not moving quickly. But it's flowing quickly. That's weird. It's like the yin and the yang. So it's like slowly over here, but quickly over here. It's like what's up is down, or what's down is up, or it's like if it's not happening over here, it's happening over there. So if it's happening slowly here, it's happening quickly over here. The money's leaving over here, it's coming over here. It's opposites, the polar opposites. So if this is slowed down, this is sped up. Okay, but let me get back to this because I'm over here intuiting. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Prosperity without happiness, misused wealth, corruption. Okay. That says something. That says a lot. Folly was here. Remember, the folly was here. The mistake was made under the Fool. Yeah. Okay. Prosperity without happiness, misused wealth, and corruption. Let me take that off. And the Fool has something to do with this. So 3 of Cups, standing upright. Abundance, success, pleasure, healing, problem resolution, good luck, sensuality, fortune, love, gladness, kindness, bounty. It's the direct opposite of the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and I literally just said that. I just said that. Knight of Wands in reverse. But I'll keep going. I will keep going. And maybe it'll say something that I didn't already say. Maybe it'll make some type of different sense. So, evil-minded, cruel, bigoted, brutal, discord. Okay. This Fool had an idea or a thought or something, like a foolish idea, a mistake that was made because he was being evil, cruel, bigoted, brutal. It caused discord. It caused discord. Misused the wealth. It was corrupt. There was pentacles, but they were misused. There were pentacles, but they were misused by a cruel, bigoted, evil-minded person. And that caused discord. It was foolish. Duh. I mean, duh. I mean, what world are you living in where you can just take money and just blow it? Even the wealthiest of the wealthy don't do that. They don't just take money and just blow it. Only a fool would do that. Hence the foolish man, because nobody does that. Like, why would you do that? And then you were doing it just to be cruel. Like, you were using the money just for evil-minded, cruel, brutal, bigoted ideas. Wow. That is a colossal waste of money. That's a colossal waste of money. But then how is there happiness here? What? Excuse me? Like, how is there happiness in between here? That's concerning. How is there abundance, success, pleasure, healing, problem resolution, good luck, fortune, gladness? How is there a bounty in between there? Or maybe that's what was squandered. Oh, okay, I see. So it was given away. Because remember, I said I said the original definition of this card was a celebration this person with their bigotry and their folly, their dumb ideas, they blew the money by giving it away on stupid ideas. Right? It's like you win the lottery and then like everybody comes to you like, oh yeah, I got this idea about an ice cream scoop that heats up. Like, why would I want an ice cream scoop that's heated? But this dumbass would invested in it. You know, I mean, that's just an example because that's not bigotry, right? That's not being cruel or evil-minded. But it was stuff like that. Like people were like, yeah, you should do this craziness to whoever or whatever. Let's be, you know, let's do this. But let's do this entail this person giving it to that person, right? So it's like, you know, old girl shows up and says, yeah, you should do this to that bitch. And don't worry, I do it. All you got to do is give me 10,000, 2,000, 5, whatever. And this person did it. And they just basically played off of how stupid this person was and how evil they were. Basically. Like they were more interested in being evil than they were with paying attention with how much money they were throwing away. And then the money they were giving away to these people, they were just partying it up, having a good old time. They looked at it like good luck. Like they were indulging in all. I said it before at the beginning, like there's a lot of overflowing abundance. So they were living it up. It was a bounty to them. So these were people who otherwise would never had touched that type of money ever in their life. They would have never come across that type of money in that amount at one time ever in their life. And here comes this fool like, oh yeah, you gonna get you 50,000? That's all it is? Okay. This is a person who has never seen $50,000 ever in their life, ever. Not even when they worked did they ever get paid annually $50,000. And here goes this fool just blowing the money. It was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. Okay. So moving on, right? 3 of Wands is here. And then there's a card that's face down, like as if those should not know. Or we should not know. We meaning absolutely everybody. Them, you, everybody. All of us. Okay. So 3 of Wands. That's another card of energy. It's another card of movement. It's called the Lord of Established Strength. But there's plenty of fire here, but there's smoke here too. So it's either getting started or it's getting put out, right? Because the smoke means that there's, like I said, it's either getting started or it's being put out. But this looks like it's pretty strong. It says established strength. So this looks like that it's a pretty strong fire that's going. There's pretty strong energy invested in this. This is off the rails already. Established force, strength, acumen, realization of hope, completion, success, nobility, wealth, power. Now I said it's either getting started or being put out. Now completion is here. Let's see what this next card is that's down the Princess of Cups, face down. So it's something unknown about this Princess of Cups. It's reversed as well. Princess of the Palace of the Floods. This is a young woman that controls her emotions. She's very in control of her emotions, her thoughts, she's intelligent or intellect. She's in control of that as well. Like, you can't sway her. She's strong in her emotions and her intellect. And it says established force, a strength, acumen. Realization of hope, acumen. This makes me think that this person is a representative. She is what this person isn't. And she is the person that he wants to be, or like, he's a bigot, right? So he's the type of person that would be like, there's a stereotype and this person is it. And it doesn't even matter that this person isn't it. Because he's a bigot, this person is it and that's it. So that's probably why this card was face down. This bigot doesn't actually see this person for the strength that she actually has. But I'll go ahead and read the Princess of Cups in reverse. A flatterer, selfish, luxurious, deviation. He doesn't see her as someone on his level. This is about money. He sees her as a pauper. Someone who doesn't carry the air, AIR, or the aura, AURA, of someone with wealth. This person likely, the woman, the Princess of Cups in reverse here, that he can't see correctly, she likely isn't wealthy. And that's where the bigotry is coming in at. This Knight of Wands in reverse, Fool, is wasting money paying other poor people to do malicious, cruel things to the Princess of Cups in reverse. Because he doesn't see her as luxurious. He doesn't see her as someone who's wealthy. And that may very well be true. But this card, the Princess of Cups in reverse, landed face down on the Three of Wands. He doesn't see her like that. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have value. The Three of Wands in reverse. This person has value. Well, I'm sorry, it's not in reverse. It's upright. She is nobility, wealth, and power and success. So it's almost as though this person is of wealth and power and nobility, and they feel like they're the judge of those people who are of their caliber. So if you're of my caliber, then I shouldn't be able to pay all the poor people around you, you know, all these poor people to hurt you. Because if you had money, if you were wealthy, then why aren't you doing this? Why don't you live somewhere else? Like, wealthy people don't live around poor people. Wealthy people don't have poor friends and family that can be paid to treat them like crap and bully them or whatever. So that's what he's doing. Like, I'm wealthy, and if you were actually of nobility, then how is all of this working? But he doesn't see that this person is actually wealthy. There's going to be consequences for this. There will be consequences for this. There are cards that are turned over here. And I mean upside down, like in reverse. And then I haven't even looked at this one that fell on my foot yet. But let's go to the Seven of Wands in reverse, which is the Lord of Valor in reverse, which is the energy, the war being over. Oh, and that's just me reading some of the signs and things on here. The Seven of Wands in reverse. Obstacles, ignorance, pretense, wrangling, threats, minor victories. I just said that. If you're wealthy, then how am I able to pay all the poor people around you to put obstacles in your way? Wealthy people aren't around poor people. So I'm going to keep you in your place, which is ignorant. It's very ignorant. And brutal and cruel. That because you have money and you have all the time in the world because you don't work. Somebody that's of nobility and so wealthy, they have, this is their work. This is what this person has time for and has made time for, to be corrupt and evil and cruel to a random person and pay all the people around them a lot of money. This is disgusting. This person, and I was thinking that, I didn't say it out loud. Valor means that you have some type of integrity. Your valor in reverse, you have no integrity. So to me, in my position, in my opinion, this person, this Princess of Cups, he's right, doesn't belong in a group with him. Because you have no integrity. You have no respect for human life. You have no dignity. This is the type of person who thinks that being cruel it comes with being wealthy. It comes with the nobility. It comes with the position. That's pathetic. This person is pathetic. Pitiful. And I did mention that these two people are direct opposites. This male, female versus a male. And one is pitiful and pathetic, cruel, underhanded, and stupid, or foolish. And the other one is strong and has integrity and moves with grace and dexterity. This person is rigid, a bigot. They only see things in one way, and that's it. And that's what that means. And I'm right because I've been in this group forever, and I've been wealthy my whole life, and you can't tell me, and you're poor, shut up, like that. Like, you don't get to decide how we do anything. We're the ones that are wealthy, and you're not, and you want to be a part of this group, and when, if in all honesty, if you offered this Princess of Cups any type of seat next to these people, it'd be like clear as day they have nothing in common. She would never, even the Three of Cups people who took money from this guy, she would never have done that. Never have taken money from this person to do evil things to someone else. So even the people that were around her aren't even like her, to be honest. Just throwing that out there. Because this person was paying those people around her. This person is a roach. He's disgusting. It's a disgusting being. This is the type of person that is completely unaware that even the wealthy, noble people around him think he's a fucking dickhead. Excuse me. But I'm just saying. This is the type of person that does not read the room. They walk in and automatically feel like everybody, because I belong. We all belong in the same room together, and and not even noticing that people are politely excusing themselves. Oh, whatever happened to so-and-so and her husband? They left as soon as you showed up. Because they don't like you. Like, this is the type of person that's in a room and 47% of the people in the room tolerate him. 3% of the room walk straight out and literally don't have anything to do with him. And the other 50% are just like him. But he thinks all 100% of the people are just like him. Not even noticing the other 3% of those people walked out as soon as he walked in. Like, the other 3% are, if they get an invite, they who all gonna be there? And they hoping not to hear this person's name, because as soon as they hear this person's name, they're like, no. You take me, my wife, and a couple other people off the list, because we're not coming. But he doesn't read the room. He doesn't see that like that. He's too busy in his own psychosis, his own delusion. And then whoever's not with him, he's threatening them. Because threats was out here. This person is just not a good person. Period. Just not a good person. He seems to think that he's the one in control of who is or is not wealthy. Wasting his money, and that's what's happening here. He's wasting a lot of his money trying to keep this Princess of Cups away, like trying to push her in the wrong direction. But she has integrity. You can't push someone with integrity in the wrong direction. You can't. No matter how many drug dealers you try to put in her life, no matter how many party animals you try to put in her life, no matter how many, gangbangers or whoever you're trying to put in this person's life, they don't have anything in common. This person has integrity. You cannot take that from that person. Yeah, she doesn't have any money, but she's wealthy in integrity. Like I said, she's strong in her emotions, in her passion, in her communication, in who she is. I said that. He's trying to change who she is to prove that she's a pauper, just like everybody else. She's just a hoe, prostitute, drug addict, whatever. She's just a stereotype. Look. See, told y'all, she ain't this and she ain't that. Look. Look what she's doing. If she was all that, then why is she over there on the corner doing drugs? That's what he wants to say. If she was all that, why is she doing drugs? Why she now got 2 baby daddies? If she was all that, like, this is what he wants to say about her, but it isn't true. That's why it's foolish, because he's just throwing his money out of the window. None of it actually occurred to this person. The first thing I saw was this man's head in her hand. I just want to throw that out there. Again, there will be repercussions for this. Princess of Swords reverse. Queen of Swords reverse. Wow. Frivolous, cunning, revealed as an imposter, illness is possible. This is the Princess of Swords in reverse. He is being seen as an imposter. He was trying to make her look like she's not nobility, and instead, he is being seen as an imposter. Like, why are you going out of your way? The people around, again, remember the 47% tolerated. 3% just wasn't even going for it at all. That's a total of half of the people are like, really not for this person. And now they're definitely not. They're looking at this person like, this is foolish. So you're just spending all your money trying to prove that this person is not worthy to sit with us? What are we, in 7th grade? I don't even want to sit with you. And you're trying to stop someone else from sitting with you? Like, how do you know this person even wants to be around you? Like, they are really picking at this person's mentality. Like, let's look at your mental health. Illness is possible here. Like, you're presuming that this person actually wants to be around you. Like, let's be clear. You don't even know if this person even likes you. And you're automatically thinking that I'm going to stop this person from being around me. You might not even have to do that. Like, this is what they're like, let's nitpick it. Let's pick at this person and see what is going on here, because honey, who do you think you are? You're doing all of this cunning, backstabbing, frivolous, again, folly, foolish, frivolous, all of it's the same. These are synonymous words. You're doing all of these things for what? You're trying to be cruel, trying to be deceitful. You're narrow-minded. That's the Queen of Swords in reverse. Cruel, sly, deceitful, unreliable, narrow-minded. Like, does he even know, like, how narrow-minded he looks? No. This is the word to the people who are the 47 and the 3. No, he does not. It'd be great if you pointed it out. Could you point that out? You think you could mention it? Just bring it up at tea and crumpets, okay? Bring it up, okay, at cocktail hour, whatever y'all do, okay? Because this person seems to think that they are the universe and that everyone that's poor wants to be around them. And no. Please let them know they do not need to be doing all of this. They're looked at as deceitful. Cunning is deceitful. They're looked at as cruel. The Knight of Wands in reverse is cruel. They ended up being seen as what they actually are. So when everybody saw or heard what this person is doing behind the back of this Princess of Cups, he thought because they're all wealthy like him, they would all be right behind him. And no. The people around him do not agree with what's happening. They're not they're not like in agreement with this. They're not like, yeah, this is great. Like, keep in mind, there are people who are encouraging this because they're just as cruel and bigoted as he is. But not everyone is the same. And that's what's narrow-minded. Because not everybody is the same. Not everyone is a stereotype. Like, how can you be so narrow-minded to believe that every single person on this planet is just the same? How insane is that? You are out of your mind. Literally. Like, I don't even think a therapist could walk you through that. Because that is literally common sense. Every single person is not the same. I don't give a damn if they are male, female, the same color, same height, same weight, born in the same city on the same day. They're not the same. But this person seems to think that everyone around them is just like him. The same. Like, dude, get your life together. Like, really consider that for 2 seconds, you are out of your mind. Literally. Literally, like, really consider it. Like, sit back, think about it. Could I possibly be out of my mind? Like, really mull that over. Because the people around you seem to think that the illness is possible. They're hard leaning on it. like for real. Yeah, just throwing that out there. Another card that's face down, the Emperor in reverse, Son of the Morning. This is to me, again, an intuitive perception. This is everything that's wrong with a person, or everything that would be wrong with a foundation, everything that would be wrong with your mentality, your thought process. Emperor in reverse. I'm gonna look it up. That was just my take on it. Reverse, ineffectiveness, immaturity, lack of strength. The direct opposite of the Three of Wands. Remember, the Three of Wands and the Princess of Cups were together. She is strength. This person is the direct opposite of her. Completely a lack of strength. Completely immature. And everything he did was foolish and ineffective. It was a waste of time and money. This is just a repeat of all of the things I've already said. Basically, the Emperor in reverse. All of this narrow-mindedness, that's immature. It is completely immature to believe that every single person is the same. Come on, let's be realistic. This card fell on my foot, and it's really facing downward, to be honest. Three of Swords, Lord of Sorrow. Something that isn't seen. And I want to say, since it landed on me, it isn't seen by the collective, by whoever this person is, that this Knight of Wands, is wasting their time, money, and energy and effort on. Right? This Princess of Cups in reverse doesn't see this Lord of Sorrow, doesn't see that it's someone controlling the sorrow. She's just strong because that's the way life has been for her. Now, has this Knight of Wands been doing this to her whole life? Who knows, right? She's just strong because that's the hand life dealt her. So she's been standing strong because that's the hand life dealt. Basically. It was face down, but it's still upright. So I'm going to read the upright. Three of Swords is disruption, interruption, separation, absence, quarreling, sowing of discord, strife, mischief, sorrow, tears, mirth and evil pleasures, singing, faithfulness and promises, honesty and money transactions, selfishness, dissipated, yet sometimes generous. This one card describes both of these people all in one. Because he was he was getting mirth and evil pleasure, so he was happy doing this to her. And meanwhile, she's strong over here singing, right? Staying faithful, being a woman of her word, being honest, moving forward the best way she knows how. Meanwhile, he's constantly throwing disruptions into her life, interruptions, paying people to leave her, right? Absence, sowing discord. This is the second time discord is here. Tears, causing her pain in her life and thinking it's funny, hilarious. He's cackling with the other 50% of the people. 47% of the people are hearing it and in shock, and the other 3% are absolutely sick to their stomach that they're even hearing something like that. But he thinks it's hilarious. Causing sorrow, disruptions, tears, pain, absence of family members, like destroying this person's life and the people around her, their life. they're quarreling. The people around her, it just struck me, they're quarreling. They're arguing with each other. These are shorts, guys, just so you know. All right. They're arguing with each other because they know what they have done, and they know what they have done is terrible. Not only do they know what they have done is terrible, they know they did it to someone who absolutely did not deserve it. Not even in the slightest little bit. They know they sold themselves to this person. They know they did. They absolutely know it. And they're mad at themselves, and they're mad at each other. They know they've been selfish. They know that they didn't stand up for this person when they had the chance. So they were no different from the person that was causing all of this strife in this person's life. They may not have stood there with that person and laughed and rubbed elbows. They may have, but they may not have. But the only way that he was able to get this done was to pay the people that were closest to this person. And they all know it. The only way he was able to create such a hard life for her was because they helped him. If it weren't for them, he would never have been effective. And they know it. Last card out is, again, the Three of Swords was upside down. So this is something that was unknown to the Princess of Cups. So it's obviously the information is definitely known to the Three of Cups, because the Three of Swords is here. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. They all know it. They're well aware of what's going on. They are in the know. The only person that doesn't know is the Princess of Cups. And that's why it landed on my foot. And it was facing towards this area here with these cards. Anyway, last card, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Lord of unstable effort. All of it was a waste. I said that about 50,000 times. All of this was a bunch of baloney. It was not necessary. It was only to create pandemonium and laugh at this person, basically. That was it. That was all. That was the reason for this, right? Because you think about it, what exactly what could have possibly been the point? Where was this ever going to go? Like, what was the end result? Whatever could have been the end result to that, right? Causing strife, causing sorrow and tears, and then what? You were supposed to just do that forever? Anyway, Seven of Swords is upright. Partial success, yielding when victory is within grasp. Inclination to lose by discontinuing effort. Love of abundance, fascinated by display, given to compliments. This person is disgusting. What did I say? Like, given the compliments. This person is crazy. Fascinated by display makes me wonder, at some point, did this person then begin to realize, like I said earlier, that they are weaker than the person that they are allegedly better than, right? So you're doing all of this to this woman who you think is a pauper, a loser, never gonna amount to anything, da 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 da. You're doing all of this, and every time she prevails because she sticks to her guns. She's a woman of her word. She understands hard work. She's true through and through. At some point, he became fascinated. Like, it became like, you know how you got those mice in the maze, and then it's like, let's test and see their intelligence level. So they'll close off different walls and change the maze just to see if the level of intelligence of the animal. It's kind of like that's what this dude was doing to her. Like, it became like a strategy. Like, let's see if she can get out of this. Let's see how she gets out of that. And then it became dangerous. Let's see if she can get out of this. How would she ever escape this? Yeah. Fascinated by display. And wanting people, he wanted the people around him to be oh gosh, he wanted the people around him to be like just as fascinated with his idea of creativity. Because the more she got out of things, the more creative he had to be. The more flexible that she was, the more flexible he had to be with his cruelty. And he wanted everybody to give him like kudos, like a pat on the back, that he was creative or something. And in fact, they were all disgusted. It also reads partial success, yielding when victory is within grasp. The only reason why this person is yielding, and I'm almost willing to bet, is because this Princess of Cups has separated herself from all of these people who are being paid. He cannot continue to play with her. He cannot continue to control the people around her and therefore control her life. So it's not so much as like he's yielding when victory is within grasp, or he's discontinuing the effort. It's because he cannot. And he's being seen as a fool on top of that. Like, this was foolish. This was a waste of money, a waste of time, very cruel, socially awkward. You're mentally unstable. Why would you do anything like this to a human being? He's opened the eyes of a lot of people that are around him as well, that may not have understood the mentality of the people that they are around. Everybody now sees each other for who they truly are. Because if you joined in on this, against another human being for no reason. You're treating a human being like a lab rat. This is a human life that you are manipulating cruelly with no end, no let up. I'm just going to keep changing the walls in the maze. And sometimes I'll starve you. And sometimes I'll freeze you. There will never be a day of joy. I'll never let up. I'm never taking you out of the maze. That's this guy. And everybody around him that joined in has to look at themselves and understand how they played a part in it. If they did, how cruel they are for doing that. How can you do that to a human life? This is not a lab rat. This is a human life that just because you have money and time and nothing else to do, you're going to intentionally make someone cry repeatedly. Bring them nothing but sorrow repeatedly. Until what? They die? And I think that's also what struck everybody. Where does this end? This person having a terrible life and then they die? This is what? That's completely unjust. Completely unjust. Because you have money, you're just gonna cruelly ruin someone's life and make them cry their entire life until they die. Yeah, you need your head examined. All right, so this is wild and creepy and weird. Let's get an outcome. Wild. You need your head examined. What is the outcome for this Knight of Wands in reverse? This complete weirdo. We already know what's up with the Princess of Cups. She gonna keep it moving. What about the Knight of Wands and the people around that Knight of Wands? What happened with them? What's going on? Temperance. Eight of Pentacles. Justice. That's wild. Where's the book at? 11. So Temperance, this is the demon. Gusian. They drinking heavy. Having sex heavy. That's just my intuitive view here from what I'm seeing on the card. I'm gonna read it to you, obviously, but that's from what I'm seeing. They're gluttonous in their bad habits. It likely, because these people, as much as they hate to admit it, they're human beings, right? They're human beings. And this is tearing them up inside, that they either did it, took part in it, laughed about it. So they're drinking a lot. seeing this woman as the lotus flower. And they're having sex a lot. But they're crying a lot too. Let's move up to 11 and see what that says. Balance and healing, flowing, Venus, Taurus, 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups again. 3 of Cups again. I'm looking at it as 3 of Cups as in they're drinking and crying, because 3 of Cups in this deck, if you see, there's a lot of flowing tears. And I think that that's what's going on here too. There's a lot of healing going on. Like people who actually want to do right by the 3 of Wands. Because I tossed it on top of the 3 of Wands. I also tossed this on top of the Princess of Cups. This is the 8 of Pentacles, the Princess of Cups. 3 of Swords is what I threw that on top of. 8 of Pentacles, of course, we know that that's, hard work in the traditional deck. 7 is Strength. 8 is eternally. She's getting what she deserves. That's my intuitive, because I tossed it on top of the Princess of Cups, even though I asked what's the outcome for these people. I also wanted to add that part in there too. So the outcome for these folks, 52. Crafting, stable, balance, Venus, Sagittarius, 8 of Pentacles. Crafting. Gonna guess that they're trying to figure out how to balance this, because the card before it was balance and healing. They want to do something to help this Princess of Cups. Something monetary, because this also has Earth here too. They want to do something monetary to help her. Well, that's nice. They want to give her a stable life. That she's been working for. Right? That she could not have achieved with this Knight of Wands constantly causing disruptions and interruptions in her life. Over and over and over and over and over again. Making her restart or fix things all the time. And, they now want to make sure that, hey, that you deserve... justice is here. You deserve justice. You deserve a good life. You do deserve, happiness. You deserve people around you that aren't going to sell you out. You have shown many people that you have integrity, that you are a loving, caring, kind, generous person. Focused, driven, balanced, even through all of this mess that this person has been doing to this Princess of Cups. She still remained who she is the whole time. And the people around are like, this person deserves a good life. If anybody deserves a good life, this person has shown and proved it's definitely her. Definitely her. 64, that's 10. That's a movement from God. That's a godly, a divine intervention or a God-given determination. Rules and consequences, impartial vision, Venus, Aquarius, and 2 of Pentacles. That's what 64 is. The demon Horus. Haures. It's also an 8. The outcome to this is going to be permanent. Absolutely permanent. like it's going to be a law, because rules means a law. Justice is, of course, the courthouse. There's going to be a law made here. I don't know what law, but there's going to be a law. Because they haven't, impartial vision means that there's only so much that was seen. Only so much could have been seen. There must be a law that's going to be created, therefore, that more can be seen, or only so much can be seen of someone's life. Or this must be somebody who has money and is in connections, and they paid people to see into this person's life. There's going to be a law made to stop people from seeing into people's lives, because this is the type of stuff that people are doing with that personal information that is very personal. And this person abused that personal information. And just as I said that, my phone lit up. 2250. Right, not my phone, my watch lit up. Yeah, they impartial vision, like they can only see so much. Like something has to be done where people, like even people who are in these positions, can only see so much information. Because this is what happens when you see too much. When you have too much access. When you can see through people's cameras and listen through their microphones, on their computer, on their cell phone, through their Bluetooth. You don't need to see people all the time. People sleep with their phones next to them because their phone is their alarm clock. So you're watching them sleep. You're listening to them sleep. Right? You know what time they went to bed. You know what time they wake up. You know what time they get up to go pee in the middle of the night. That's too much information. Way too much access to somebody's life. There has to be a law. I don't know why there isn't one already. Like, you were able to tap into this, but you didn't create a law against how much information is too much information for you to act on. Well, there will be one now. Anyway, y'all, come back for the next one. I hope you were entertained. If any of this applies to you, I hope that, it helped. Come back for the next one.